Thanks for watching Lessons in Minutes with Jaylee. Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe.
And the final thing that I want to do in this session is to show you how to basically incorporate more than 1 year in the same site, or you can organize that. So say, for example, I know that I am within, if I go to home, you would notice that this was 2020 to 2021. This is now 2021 to 2022 academic year. And I want to include that. Of course, as indicated earlier, I'll be removing that and deciding on the subtitle that I'm going to use, or I may just take it out and leave it as it is. Now, as indicated, the items are within guiding principles, but of course, you don't want to create another site to say this academic year, label it for this particular academic year. So what you can do is for the different sections, you select, so I'm still going to work with teaching records, which is guiding principle 3, and this relates to 2020 to 2021 academic year. I want to incorporate this year. So what I'll do, I'm going to select the page above, then I am going to go to insert new page, and I am going to now call this teaching records, or you could label it guiding principle 3, depending on what you want to label it, and then select done. Now this page appears directly below teaching records and above the page that I had before with teaching records. I am now going to rename this page. I'm going to rename this page to 2020 to 2021 or 2020/2021, depending on what you want to call it, right? So that is my title that I'm changing it to. And for this page, having renamed it, I am going to go to the page. I'm going to go to the page and I will have to rename this as well. So I'm going to call it 2020/21, or you could leave it as it is and add. So I'm going to revert the changes. And to the bottom, I am going to enter in normal text 2020/21, and I can increase the text to make it more visible, because that is a little bit too small right there. That's that. You can change the font, whatever it is. You decide how you want to label it. So I could just leave it as it is with teaching records and then label this 2020/2021, and that is it. So no, you have to change the page name. You have to rename the page, and you can change the heading of the page within the page to ensure that there is differentiation between the previous year and the current year. Now, what I'm going to do is to make this a subpage, because actually it's a subpage of teaching records. And again, to do that, you have to select the page, select the icon to ensure that you are selecting that particular page. Depress, left click on the mouse, depress on it, and drag it to the page where you want it to be subpage of. Once that page is highlighted, you release, and now it is a sub page. So that is 2020/2021. Now I need to have a page for the current year, which is 2021/2022. And instead of creating another page and to type over all the headings and customize that page, etc., I'm going to duplicate the page. So selecting the 3 dots to go into the options, select duplicate page, and I am going to rename it to 2021/22 and select done to get that page. and it falls directly under the 2020/21. No, of course, everything on this page, I don't want it. So what I'll do is to delete the items as I go along. And remember to delete. All you'll have to do is to toggle over the section and delete that. If it's this, that if you don't want to delete the entire section and this is what you want to delete, then of course you would select the trash can, select the item, select the trash can, and then that would be deleted. So that is it. And then of course you can always pull and drag and insert whatever you want to insert there to represent this year. And instead of deleting everything right here, I'll just delete and edit accordingly, type exactly what I want to type right here. So instead of creating a new page from scratch, you can duplicate the page, delete the unwanted item, replace it with your current item that you want to use there as your evidence. And remember, once you make the changes and you're ready for the appraisers to see that change, the viewer to see that change, don't forget that you need to publish. So you would have to publish, review changes, and publish the site. So you have to ensure that once you make changes, if you don't publish it, then the viewer won't be able to see the updated version of your site. So you'd have to review changes and publish. And basically, this is how it would appear. It will show you the changes that were made, and you compare the current draft with the currently published item. Once it is within your expectation, then of course you go ahead and publish. And remember, you need to share the site. You have to share it. So you share it with the respective persons that you really want to see your site. So remember, you can go to share settings and share. That was dealt with in a previous session. One final thing I need to ensure that I advise you that the items that are in your Google Drive, you have to ensure that you share those. Share the Google Drive folder that the items that are within your site are linked to. If you don't share that folder, whatever is in your site that you link to your Google Drive, they won't have access to it and they would have to request access. So to limit all of that, you have to ensure that you share the drive. So I'm going to show you how to share the folder in your drive. I'm going to go to the drive and show you that. So here I have the files, you're in your drive, and say, for example, this is a folder I want to share, ePortfolio. What you would do is there are two ways in accessing it. Once you select the folder, you would see the share icon at the top here. You can use that, or you could right click on it and select share. Having selected share, you have the options there. Ensure that because it is your ePortfolio, you don't want it to be visible to everyone. So what you would do is to indicate the names of the people that you want to share it with other people and groups. And we have to add the email address. Having added that, once you select, say, for example, I want to add it with jaylee1@gmail.com. Select that individual. What do you want the individual to do? Do you want the individual to be an editor where they can organize, add and edit files? No, you would want a viewer. And of course, you type your message to them if it is that you want to send a personal message to the individual, and they would get that by way of email. And once you share it, of course, you definitely want to notify them. So just go ahead and type the message that you would want, and they would get that by way of email, and then you select send. Going back to the sharing option, now you have get link. You're seeing restricted, only people added can open with this link. You would want to keep it at restricted because only specific individuals that you would want to view the link, and it would say only the individuals that is shared with that as the link can view it. If it is that it is something that you want to be out there in the public, then of course, anyone with the link, what you would do is to come here and select anyone with the link can what? View, edit, comment. What do you want? You want them to be a viewer. So you select viewer. And it states anyone on the internet with this link can view. That is if you want it to be public. But if you want it to be restricted, then of course you select restricted to only the individuals that you share it to, and done. Definitely your site, your ePortfolio will be restricted. So ensure that you select restricted, and only individuals that you have added to your list of persons to view, then those are the persons that would be able to view the site, the items within the site. Okay. And only those items that were shared from the Google Drive, those are the ones that would be limited. But if you upload like a picture, if you type something on the site, then if you put a URL, public URL, whatever it is, and they will be able to see. So only the items that are in the Google Drive that are restricted, those are the items that they would not be able to see, but the ones with the link would be able to see everything that is within that particular folder in your drive. So again, these were just some tips how to take your ePortfolio to another level.
Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe.